We know the best ways to take care of ourselves. We know how to do it. It's just about doing it and not making those excuses. Instead of becoming inspired and motivated to be that person who does those things, rather you just be it, because it's in you innately already. We already know how to be our best self. We don't have to continue watching videos or reading books or studying up on how to be a better person, because you already know in your mind the vision of who you want to be, and you deep down also know how to start. And it's actually not that difficult. If you can set micro habits daily where you're just becoming that person that you want to be by being them, that's the quickest way to change your self-concept into somebody you love. It takes your best version out of the future and brings them here right in the now. You can keep saying, one day I'm going to be that perfect person. One day I'm going to glow up and be that. But it's really just about being it now and acting as if. And not even in the sense acting as if, but just being. Because if you're acting, technically, aren't you already being? So just own that. Own your self-concept. Own the person you want to be and start being it. You're the only one stopping yourself. You're the only one making excuses saying, oh, I'll go tomorrow, or, oh, you know, this bag of chips is a lot quicker than cooking up that bowl of vegetables. The excuses you're making and the stories you're telling yourself and others are what's keeping you where you're at. The only person you can blame is yourself if you are somebody you don't want to be yet. If you are not your best self already, that's on you, because you're making those excuses of why you can't already be your best self. Because we all have that opportunity right here and right now to be the person we want to be better than we were yesterday, and to keep evolving in that way. The quickest way to realize if you are being your dream self or you're wishing you're going to be your dream self one day is to ask yourself, would my dream self do this? Would your dream self wait for a text all night? No. Would your dream self eat that bag of chips that makes you feel horrible when you're finished? No. Would your dream self sleep in all the time and then complain about how there's not enough hours in the day? No. You make these decisions every day of the person you want to be. Do you want to choose decisions out of being your best self, or do you want to make decisions out of being the old and the familiar self that is getting you to where you don't want to be? It's insanity to do the same things over and over again and expect different results. If you want to start being this different person, being your best self, you have to do things differently. And of course, it's going to feel unnatural. It might even feel like imposter syndrome at first, but that's how you know you're doing it right. That's how you know you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're no longer living in the old familiar. No, now you're living in the dream self, the best self, your best self, and it's gonna feel unnatural at first, and do it until it feels natural. That's your only choice. Unless you want to keep living in the old familiar, sure, keep doing things that feel like comfortable and keep you small and keep you living in your small life. But if you want to change, you have to do it. You have to make those decisions every day. Our days are full of so many decisions of what we can do, and every day we have the choice of being our best self or being that person who we don't really aspire to be. I had to do this for myself. A couple years ago, I had friendships that were just wearing me down. I felt like I was chasing those people. I felt like I needed to take care of their needs versus my own, and I was not taking care of myself. One day I woke up, I was like, this is not the person I want to be. This is not the kind of relationships I want in my life, and I had to cut those people out. I knew that keeping those people in, I would continue that same cycle of chasing people who maybe weren't even right for me, you know? And I had to stop. And in that time, I was alone for a little bit. And I really learned about myself and what I needed from myself to feel like my best self. And from there, my self-concept changed. Now I have amazing friends in my life, and I have amazing relationships where it's equal give and take. It's all up to you. I had the choice. I could have either stayed in those relationships that I felt so empty in, or I had to, which I did, wake up and see, no, this is not what I want anymore, and this is what I do want, and I'm not going to settle for anything less until I get there. Once you change your self-concept, your life will change. It has to. If you're no longer being that person in those lower vibrations, settling for things you don't want anymore, you're not going to keep getting those things. No, your life is going to upgrade, and people in your life are going to have to match you or go away. When you lift up, you actually inspire others to do the same. So we are doing service to one another when we do make those better decisions for ourselves, when we do things that are going to bring us closer to being our best self. Stop making excuses, stop telling stories about why you can't be your best self yet, Instead, affirm everything you want and desire. Because we all see from the New Year's that motivation and inspiration is gone like that. But if you want lasting changes, you have to change your self-concept.